Well, it's one of the most exciting times in a bloke's life, taking that leap and popping the question, but it can also be incredibly stressful, and finding the right ring is, of course, a huge part. So how are us blokes meant to know what's fashionable? More importantly, how much are we expected to spend? Joining us now from Brisbane is Karl Schwantes. He's a gemologist and master jeweller from Xennox Diamonds. Karl, good morning to you.
Morning, Tim. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. I'm glad I've got the whole marriage and proposal thing out of the way, because it seems like the pressures are getting more and more. Tell us about some of the emerging trends when it comes to engagement rings. What are we looking at the moment, and what's most likely to get a lady to say yes?
Well, it seems like, Tim, these days, the bigger the rock, the bigger the smile. And one of the things that we're seeing at the moment is what brides are really asking for is that high-performance diamond, like a passionate hearts and arrows diamond, and especially set in a claw-set halo. And the reason that they're going for this is that it really makes the diamond look so much bigger than what it really is. Essentially, what it does is it turns a ½ carat halo into the equivalent of a 1 carat solitaire, you know, to really maximise that sparkle. And the brides these days are also going for a double halo, just to even give that extra bling effect.
So size is important, it turns out, Karl.
Well, we've definitely seen a trend over the last 10 years at Xennox, and that the diamond size has been increasing quite dramatically. I know for myself, when I got engaged 12 years ago, the average size of an engagement ring was around ½ carat. And these days, the size that we get most asked for by the brides is actually a 1 carat, and some even asking for a 1.2. So the piece of advice I'd give to the guys out there is, if you're thinking about proposing, I would do it sooner rather than later.
Because they're only getting bigger. Hey, so what about this expectation then that a bloke spends 3 months' salary on a ring? Is that blowing out now as well? Is that expectation getting bigger there? Are we looking at a year's salary, a second mortgage? What's the story?
Well, Tim, I don't really subscribe to that whole 3-month salary thing. You know, I think what's more important is that the guy picks the maximum figure that he can spend and that he feels comfortable with to get the best diamond ring that he can. Look, everybody's circumstances are different these days, so there's no real amount that a guy should spend, you know, and ultimately we can customise the ring to suit any budget. But what I do know is that if you do spend the maximum amount that you can and you get the best quality that you can, in the years to come, you'll never regret it.
And I suppose if you go to the effort of designing your own ring and all that sort of stuff, then you might just create a family heirloom along the way. You're finding that happening more and more too?
Absolutely. I think most ladies really appreciate it when a guy goes out on his own and really designs something special for him, you know, and has something custom designed and made that's really as unique as she is. As a professional jewellery designer, one of the things that I really most enjoy is sitting down with the groom-to-be and helping him design and create that custom dream ring. You know, something that she's really going to love forever.
What if you get it wrong though, Karl? That means you're part of that mistake as well.
Well, you know, that's part of the experience that we've had over the last 20 years, is really helping the guys through that process. And I can honestly say in the last 20 years, we've never really gotten it wrong. I think something that's classic and timeless always trumps something that's just in vogue or, you know, around at the moment.
Yeah, so much pressure on the bloke to get that ring right, isn't it? Thank you very much for your time this morning, Karl. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much, Tim.